Hi there, it's Sam from poodles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today's project is this one, except not quite such a squished version. This I made quite a few weeks ago and it sits over on a part of my desk where the cats then go wandering around and launch themselves off the top of my paper racks, and they landed on it and they squished it. So unfortunately it's not meant to look squished. It's meant to look gorgeous, which pretty much it does, but you know, there we go. So it's an animal outing box for you. Now, animal outing is carrying over, but you can't get it on the bundle price in the new catalogue. So this is the bundle, Animal Friends Thinlets and Animal Outing. The bundle and the discount price is retiring at the end of May. You will still be able to get them separately, but you'll pay full price for each. So, but I love it. Anyway, so we're going to stamp all over. You need a piece of cardstock that's 8 by 5.5 inches, 14 by 20 centimetres. Yes, you can get 2 from a single sheet of card. And I'm going to, so this one was crumb cake, soft suede, and I'm going to do the Wild About You all over it again, like I did before. So that's this one and that block, and then I've got my soft suede ink. And I'm just going to randomly stamp all over, and I don't mind which way up the words go. It's all about the random. I love to do this. I don't do it nearly often enough, random stamping. Not on 3D projects. I put them in a lot of cards, but not so much on the 3D. So also, while I've got you all here, something exciting is coming to Poodles Papercraft in June. I'm not going to say too much more than that, but something exciting is coming and I'm excited. Okay, so I'm going to put that one away. And just while I've got my inks out, I'm going to get my Memento ink. And am I going to do the koala and kangaroo again, or am I going to do this one? No, I am going to go with koala and kangaroo. I like them very much. Let me get a big block. Whoops. So I've got Memento ink because I'm going to use blends. Oh, I hope that fits. It'll fit better like that, won't it? And I kind of need that to dry before I die cut it. So let me just scooch everything out the way for a second and bring in my Simply Score. Okay, so as I said, 8 by 5.5 inches, 14 by 20 centimetres. On the long side, score it at 1 1/4, 6 3/4, turn it over, and 7 3/4. Is that right? That should be 7.5. I need to fix my notes. So in metric, 3/17, turn it over, 18.5. Whoops, and then come back, turn it over to the correct side up, and on the short side, 1 1/4, 2.5, 3 3/4, and 5 inches, and in metric 3, 6, 9 and 12. So the finished dimensions of the box, I'm just grabbing a bone folder. Finished dimensions, 1 1/4 by 1 1/4 by 5.5 tall, 3 by 3 by 14. So let me fold all these up. Can't wait to see what this is going to look like in soft suede. So these ones at the top, fold one in and that one away from yourself, because that's going to be this part here. Not quite so scrumpled. Okay, so at the bottom part, trim away. Oh, there's a distinct possibility I might have had a bit too much coffee this morning. I've got the shakes. That's really weird. I'm going to end up cutting a finger in a minute, aren't I? Okay, so cut all of those, and then the same up here, but we're not going to take off any bits just yet. So remove that skinny bit and cut straight down all of those. So they're all separated. Two of them you need to nick off, that part there and there, but make sure that they are not next to one another. So that they're like that, and that way when it all wraps around and closes, those two bits are going to pop in and they're going to sit next to one another and hold up. Okay, so let me glue this down. So I've got my tear and tape. So that is the back, so fold in two sides and the back, and then this front one, I'll put another little tab of tear and tape on there as well. Okay, and close it up, and so I believe we've still got these. These are the in colour binder clips. On their way out though, these are retiring. So again, grab them while you can. And just clip up to close. And then I'm going to do my circle in a minute because I can't remember what size. So let's get some blends. So do I know? I'm just grabbing a couple. I want my grey as well. Right, so we'll start here with crumb cake, and the trick with blends is that you don't do loads of areas. You don't do the whole thing, you just do bits of it. So that's the light and the dark, and then you blend it. And I'm actually just going with Whisper White. I find that this is more than adequate for me. I don't need to use, you know, other cardstocks. I don't have a bleed issue, which I know some people have had. I don't seem to have that. Okay, which other bit shall I do now? I'm going to do bottom there, and do her feet. Oh look, I went over. And then just start to blend up to underneath her paws. Do kangaroos have paws? Are they paws or hands? I don't know. Probably, possibly should have zoomed in. And just keep going over the areas, and you're just picking out detail really, as much as anything. And what I find with blends is that when, I mean, although I've put some of the accents in, that it keeps working even after I've finished, you know, doing my thing. It's still blending out. And actually what I've begun to do is actually use blends as regular markers, because I don't like it when markers, oh no, that's the wrong lid. You know when you use a regular marker and you get those sort of weird striped lines? Not over keen on that, so, oh, I need my petal pink and it's somewhere else. to use this one. Yeah, you get sort of striped streak marks with regular markers, but with alcohol markers you don't, because obviously they're the alcohol's making it move around. So this is ivory I'm using here. Possibly doing completely the wrong colours, but that's okay. And there's not a huge amount of detail or space for colouring on the little koala. There we go. Right, so you can see it's blending all nicely. So I'm going to zoom back out because obviously I need to die cut this now. And by the time I'm finished die cutting, the blending should have done its thing. Okay. So I have my big shot. Don't forget the accessories are retiring soon. Grab them while you can. Oh, so everything feels like it's retiring. So I've got magnetic platform, well battered cutting plate, cardstock. So yeah, the magnetic platform. Don't miss it. And then cutting plate over the top, and I'm going to run that through. If you saw on my Facebook business page, I was die cutting all my thank you cards a couple of weeks ago, and my Fitbit automatically recognised that I did a 30-minute swim, which I thought was really funny. Also quite grateful for the 84 calories it burnt for me. But yeah, crafting really is exercise after all. Right, so what size circle am I going to have? I think I'm going to 1.5. Is that going to be big enough? Let's have a look. So, in colour DSP, on its way out. Actually, that is quite a good size. So, let me get dimensionals on the back of that. We have got new DSP coming for all of our coloured cardstock, but if you particularly liked this one, so there's two sheets, I've just got two of them here, but if you particularly liked them, this pattern, go and grab it. And onto there, and if you can see, the blending has stopped, as in the alcohol has stopped moving, so I've just got this nice blend going on there. So there's my Wild About You animal box. Hope you like it. Anyway, thank you ever so much for joining me. Hope to speak to you soon. Bye.